crying on set. So it's a little dig at
Michael.
you, Daniel. And Michael, yes, he has shed a few tears. So
I have not shed a few tears.
anyway,
this morning.
moving on. Blessed morning, Joy FM. I just can't hold back my tears because of Jerry's story Manasseh is telling. This one says, harrowing story about the small boy, but was in the car insured. That's from CBO. And from Akwina Shaiman, there's no documentary that has broken me like this one. May the good Lord console Jerry and his family. And Mrs. Tamaklo in Kumasi says, good morning, Daniel. I cried this morning. Please, Joy FM, make sure Jerry gets some justice.
Thanks, Mrs. Tamaklo, for sending us that message, and for all of you for sending us those messages on our WhatsApp console 0244340437. You've been tweeting at us as well at Joy997FM on Twitter, Joy99.7 FM on Facebook. The hashtag is JoySMS. Let's begin, Mr. Redu, from Mrs. Tamaklo's message. She says that we should make sure that Jerry gets justice. CBO also sent a message. Good morning, CBO. Wasn't the car insured? In cases like this, under circumstances like this, do we have insurance arrangements that can cater for victims of accidents?
Well, let me say good morning to listeners out there. Insurance, or motor insurance, we all know by law. For the mere fact that you want to put a car on the road, you are required to have insurance. And that insurance you are expected to have, it's supposed to take care of these liabilities that may come out as a result of the use of the vehicle. But there are a few problems here, okay? I was expecting to hear one or two things as the narration was going on in relating to the insurance side of the matter, because it appears the insurance side of the matter was not mentioned. So it would be very difficult to zero in into why the matter is still hanging there, because you have given us exactly what has happened and then all that has gone on. You've talked about the medical, the hospital, all that. What happened to the insurance? Have the people approached the insurance company, and what did the insurance company say?
I'm going to come to that. Yeah. I'm going to come to that. But I just wanted to establish with this question that, yes, there are indeed insurance packages that cover liabilities such as this. Are you talking about every insurance package or only some?
No, every motor insurance takes care of third-party liabilities. Every motor insurance. That is the basic. You are taking the insurance to cover third-party liabilities.
At the very least, you should be able to have money to pay for people you affect through your car accident.
That is the main essence of the Motor Insurance Act
in the first
place.
Yes, that's it. Thanks, Edgar. Mr. Redo. Let me come to Manasseh now. So give us those details that we are looking for. How has the family been faring in terms of seeking that compensation from the right quarters?
Well, I think I mentioned somewhere that the family lawyer for Jerry has started some processes. I actually went to speak to the lawyer about this insurance, and he said they have filed some papers in court to ensure that he's compensated. What he added was that they initially tried to get the insurance company, since they were incurring a lot of cost, to advance some money so that they would take care of the initial cost, so that if everything was done and they had to top up, the balance could be taken, what they had paid could be taken from what they were or they would be required to pay. But the insurance company said they should wait till everything is completed through the court process. So that is what we know for now. And because the case was in court, the lawyer said he wouldn't want to get so much into that angle. But I can say that the insurance angle is being pursued in court.
Okay. So for the sake of those who may not be familiar with it, what is being pursued? What exactly is being pursued in court now?
To ensure that Jerry gets some compensation. As of the time I visited, they had filed a few of them. We have the writ of summons here, and they are making a number of claims. But the lawyer actually said they were still trying, they were still incurring some cost. So at this point, they had even not been able to establish the exact amount that they would need. As of the time I visited, he was still going to hospitals, surgeries are still being done, and all of that. So they are gathering everything, but the initial papers have been filed, the writ of summons and all of that.
Mr. Radio educates me. Why would I need to go to court if it's trite law that motor insurance is supposed to cover any third-party liability?
Well, that is what even baffles me here. And then as Manasi spoke about the court, I just looked at
the writ.
Yes, that's right. And I'm seeing something here that even doesn't make sense to me, because one of the things is that this, what is the name there? The tortfeasor, right, was charged under Section 1 of the RTA, which is driving dangerously and all that. The court sentenced this tortfeasor to a fine of 1,800 Ghana cedis. I don't see where it comes in, because the minimum penalty units there is 250. And the 250 should be more than the 1,800.
Okay.
That's the court.
Let's start it. Why should they be in court in the first place? Let's start from that.
No, there are two sides. Mm-hmm. First of all, there's a criminal aspect of it.
Good.
And there's a civil aspect of it. The criminal aspect of it is the dangerous driving aspect, for which they've gone to court.
And negligently causing harm.
And then causing the harm. But as I said, that it is stated clearly what you have to pay. This is statute. So I don't see why the judge will sentence the person to a lower penalty unit.
Okay.
Okay. And the next thing is that, looking at the gravity, or should I say the incapacity of whatever the issue is, right? The court also has that power to award a special, how do you call it?
Damages?
Yes. I mean, special compensation that the culprit is supposed to pay. And I would have expected that if the lawyer is in court, he would have gone through that line rather. Okay? You go through that line rather, other than saying you are going to court to compel the insurance company. No. The insurance company has that duty. And let me walk you through something. There's something we call notification. That is the first step. When there's an accident, you notify your insurers. Okay? Then the second step is liability. All right? Now, if the insurer is telling you that let's complete the process, then what the insurer is talking about is we have to establish whether we are liable. There are some information that seems to be missing from what is available, because one of the things that is striking to me is this. The accident happened on the 2nd of, how do you call it? What was the date of the accident? 2nd June, right? That's when the accident happened.
Yes.
Good. Unfortunately, and then they said it happened around 3:28 p.m.
Go ahead.
Now, insurance is very, very concerned about time they go on risk. All right? The time cover is taken. And now the document also shows that the insurance was taken on the day of the accident. So in trying to establish liability here, you would want to know whether you went on cover before the accident, or could it be that the moment the accident happened, immediately you went to the insurance company to go and take the policy. These things are missing from this document. Right? But if you look at what is here from the police report says that the accident happened on the 2nd of June. And the insurance too is effective 2nd June. But there's a time of the accident which is 3:28 p.m. How many hours more for the insurance company to close? Probably just about one hour. All right? So you want to ask yourself, we need to see the insurance certificate, right? The insurance certificate is such that any insurance certificate that is issued, automatically the time is on the certificate. It tells you we are on cover at this time. You understand?
So what you're telling us is that if the woman went to take, or the person who was driving the vehicle went to pay for her insurance after this accident occurred, the insurance company will not pay.
Of course, the insurance company therefore is not liable.
That's fine. Manasseh, is this what has been the bone of contention for this 2-year court case?
Well, we have not been able to establish that.
Okay.
We tried. The woman wouldn't speak. The lawyer too is constrained. And even if you look at the license, there are also suspicions there, because the accident happened.
The person's
license was issued the 1st of June. The accident happened on the 2nd of June. We actually wrote to the DVLA to ask questions, and no, they would also not give third-party information. So this is what we've been able to find, but a few issues are still hanging, which are likely to come up in court when this case starts.
Are we aware of some of these issues?
Well, one, the question is asking about the insurance, the validity of the driver's license, and all of these issues. They would come up, and I think in court, the court may compel them to speak.
My question is, I understand the wheels of justice grind slowly, but we have a 6-year-old at the time, a 6-year-old whose education was almost halted.
Yes.
Who almost repeated a year.
Yes.
If not for his own
brilliance,
he would have repeated a year. And we are, excuse my language, we are taking 2 years to settle this. The difference between someone's walking and living in a wheelchair for the rest of his life could be dependent on this court process. So whether or not the insurance company is liable, Mr. Redu, are you satisfied with the handling of affairs?
No. Listen, this is a very simple matter, right? And I would have expected that the lawyer should have known better. In situations like this, what you need to do is to go to the insurance commission. That is why the insurance commission is there. And I would wish that if they are listening, they should pick up this matter. You get it? These are the things that they should be interested in, instead of going around handcuffing innocent store boys. The National Insurance Commission should be interested in this matter. Okay? Because there's what we call the Motor Compensation Fund, right? Which will come in to take care of such unfortunate incidents. You get it?
Tell us more about this Motor Compensation Fund.
You see, we have issues like this. Hit and run cases. Certain accidents that happens that are outside the scope of the cover. You get it? For instance, like say, you are an unqualified person, right? I mean, driving a vehicle, and then you go ahead and create problems for innocent people and all that. The insurance policy is against that.
Okay.
Right? So the insurance policy would repudiate that claim. But the Motor Compensation Fund would look at it for the mere fact that a human being has been affected through no fault of his or hers, but as a result of some human being doing his own frolic. You get it? They'll look at issues like that. So there are two sides of the story that we need to segment here. First of all, as I said, the insurance company would need to establish liability. And in establishing liability, they would have to make sure that all the terms and conditions under the policy has been met, for which they are now bound to pay any claim.
It's important that question is answered, not just for the side of the insurance company, because it also communicates a certain intent of this person who would hit someone and quickly go and pay an insurance premium. If that is what indeed happens, it communicates a certain orientation of this person, if I can say that. So that's also an important question to answer. But Manasseh, we've come to a point where we realize we may be seeing a light at the end of the tunnel if a petition is made to the National Insurance Commission. I want us to wrap up on this. But finally, what would you like to say?
Well, I think the court process should be, or this process can be hastened a bit if you look at the challenges they are facing. As we speak, every morning he has to go to school in a taxi and come back in a taxi. The mother has stopped working. The father is a car sprayer and he earns very little to support them. And when we're talking about the case dragging, I can tell you the children who were crushed in Takoradi in 2011, it made national headlines. It shook the nation. As we speak, that case is still even hanging. The person in charge, we are told, was a driver's mate. He didn't even have a license. That's the allegation. And when it went to court, his lawyer said they filed a submission of no case, and the judge denied them and ordered them to open their defense. 2015 till now, nothing has been heard about it. And this the man who lost his son and also his daughter got injured as we speak. He is asking, where is this man? Is he even driving? Is he causing more harm to others? So they have not even gotten to the end of that case, let alone talk about insurance package for this. So it is such a difficult thing, and the police, for me, need to do more when these incidents happen.
Important for law enforcement and law interpretation, which is what the courts are. Mr. Reid, your final words on this matter.
Well, but I think that we also need to clear one thing here. The insurance settlement is not dependent on the... You see, it looks like as if someone is trying to make the criminal aspect as the basis for which you get your insurance claims. No, they are two different things. We must get it clear. So where the issue of no case and whatnot is just to deal with the criminal aspect, for which has no business to do with the insurance.
Yeah.
So where it is established that there has been an accident, people have been injured, or people have lost it's established, come straight to the insurance. We are not interested in the court matter, because that is purely criminal. And number two, the police cannot come and then pursue your civil matter for you if they don't have that right. So you come straight, and then let's start talking. And as I said, if it is beyond the issue, at times even the insurance companies themselves, right? I'm aware of situations where the insurance companies themselves, right, carry people straight to the commission and says, look, we've gone through this matter, it's outside our scope, so Mr. Commissioner, take up the matter. And it goes through. So there are two different issues. The criminal aspect has nothing to do with the civil, and then the insurance company is not interested in the criminal matter.
Okay.
Where we are interested in is that we've issued a policy and there's a problem, so you come straight to us and then let's start talking.
Thank you, Edgar Redu. He's an expert when it comes to insurance. Manasseh Azeriabuni, he's head of investigations here at Joy News, but this time he went out to tell the story of Jeremiah. I've seen so many text messages and a few people asking for an opportunity to help. The phone number for the parents of Jeremiah is 054 091 9129. 054 091 9129. When you call, say you're asking for the parents of Jeremiah.
Actually, the mother's number, and so she's called Betty Mensah.
So yes, that's Betty Mensah's number. She's the mother of Jeremiah. She's the woman who has currently had to quit her job to take care of her son. I would have loved for us to spend a little more time talking about the fact that he had to move schools and the fact that he had to change his classroom because he's stuck in a wheelchair. But I did promise you, our listeners, that we would be discussing the medical drones, and so we'll take these important messages and we'll go into that discussion. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.